Off-season I'm playing at the moment for the Waikato Pistons in New Zealand NBL. Working out in the weight room with Toddy, our conditioning trainer here at the Breakers, and trying to get stronger and put on a little bit of weight. Certainly hope so. We've got our first away games this week. We play Palmy North and the Hawks on Thursday, Friday, so that'll be a test for us without the Bear. He's over playing in the Adelaide Foot Locker Classic at the moment, so we're without him, but we've picked up Dave Gruber from the Wollongong Hawks. He's going to be joining us for 2 games this week, so if we can pick those 2 games up and go into our bye week, we'll be in pretty good shape. And then our next game after that is against the Heat, who are also undefeated, as he said, so that'll be a real test for us coming up against Rick and Corey and Dilly from the Breakers. There's be a bit of a rivalry there. Played in Rotorua on the Easter Sunday, so Saturday we had practice and I stayed down in Hamilton. Played a little bit of pitch and putt golf with Hayden Allen and Eric Devendorf and Joe Bowden from the Pistons, and then Sunday we drove to Rotorua and played the Hawks there, beat them in overtime. So we scraping out there. It was a bit of a rugby game, but we got there. And then drove back to Auckland on Sunday night, so pretty exciting Easter really. Yeah, I got a few chocolate eggs. My flatmates left me a couple, and my mum gave me a little Easter basket, so I wasn't without chocolate for Easter. Don't worry about that. We have to work out with each other in the weight room every day, so it's hard when we're both undefeated. No one's really got any ammunition yet to throw at each other, but certainly once we come up to that first game, and after that first game, depending on how the result goes, I'm sure there'll be plenty of sledging going on in the weight room. That game in particular, I got a lot of stuff just getting to the basket, and that was what was effective for me in that game. It's just about finding out in each game, the ways that you can contribute. In that game, for me, was getting to the rim, and I found a way to do that, and made a lot of easy shots. And when you can get a lot of easy buckets, it sometimes makes the harder ones a little bit easier to go in. And so once I got into a little bit of rhythm, it made everything else a little bit easier. I was there for 2.5 years, and my first year I redshirted, which is when you don't play any games, but you're allowed to take part in the practices. And so I did a lot of practicing, a lot of individual work and stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, the best way to get better is to just play. In my second year, coming back and really just getting, just jump minutes at the end of the game. The whole experience of being over there and getting to experience college basketball in America and working out every day with some, NBA quality players, that part of it certainly did help me. And a lot of my individual skills and stuff got a lot better over there. And coming back is certainly getting to play with the Breakers and getting to play a lot back in New Zealand is taking that next step forward. At Westlake I played a little bit of volleyball as well. Helped me huge amounts for my basketball skills with timing and jumping and all that kind of stuff. And I'd encourage any youngsters out there while they're at high school and stuff is to play as many sports as they can. Everything helps, and so when you do eventually decide to give all the other ones away and just focus on basketball, it all helps. Probably the daily table tennis battles, to be honest. Obviously I finished up the year as champion, which was good, but we'd always go in there and have little games each day, and me and CJ and Joe had some good battles. I miss that, and just along with that, just being with the guys every day and just mucking around the locker room and things like that between practices. You miss being with those guys all the time. It was quite an easy transition because towards the end of the year of my development year, I was already playing quite a bit and becoming a contributor on the team. So the next step for me that next year was really just taking what I learned from the end of the year there and trying to just develop on that. And as I got a few more minutes and got to contribute more, then it just became easy for me. But certainly is a step up from that development spot to a rostered spot. You know, lots more is expected from you. That development player, yeah, you can go out there with really not much pressure on you and just try and show your stuff at the end of the game pretty much. Whereas you know, when you're part of that roster and you're called upon week in, week out to perform, there's a bit more pressure there. But you know, I certainly like that, and any basketball player is going to relish that opportunity for extended minutes and responsibility on the court. Didn't know that. Yeah, I guess I'll take it. It's a pretty good accolade. You alluded to it earlier, you know, with playing volleyball in high school has helped a lot for me, because you know, when you're playing volleyball, you're jumping all the time. I think a big part of it too is just you know, it's genes. You know, I've been lucky, I've been blessed with some pretty long legs and springy legs, so I thank my mum and dad for that. My mum she was a high jumper back in high school, so she's obviously passed something along to me, but I really haven't done too much specific jumping training or anything like that. I'm studying part-time at Auckland University, doing environmental science. So that's going pretty well. It's always a battle trying to juggle studies with sport, and obviously being with the Breakers and the Pistons at the moment is pretty full-time, so I try and find time for my studies as well, but I'm really enjoying that and looking forward to getting it done though. My best spot in Auckland, I'd say it'd probably have to be Devonport. I grew up down there and I pretty much lived there my whole life, and I love the beaches and the town down there, the cafes and everything. It's a pretty nice little area. Just can't live without food, water and basketball.